Hi there, Republican Club of Heritage Ranch. It's good to see you again. I am Sarah Fox, and I am running for the 401st Judicial District Court in the July 14th runoff. And I'm thankful today to get to talk to you a few minutes about why you should vote for me in this upcoming election. If you'll remember, back in early March of this year, I actually received the largest number of votes in Collin County for this bench because I am simply the best choice to take this seat in 2021. And that breaks down into two main areas of qualifications. First of all, in terms of the types of cases and the courtroom experience that this seat requires, I'm the only qualified candidate. And second of all, I'm the only candidate in this race who has both the constitutional ability and the commitment to continue to serve as a conservative Republican judge for decades to come. First, you've heard it said throughout this race that the court in the 401st is a docket that represents 70% criminal cases, very serious criminal cases. We're talking capital murders, sexual assaults, assaults against children, the most heinous of crimes. And yet, between my opponent and I'm the only candidate who has criminal experience. I'm a former felony prosecutor here in Collin County, and I am board certified in criminal law, which is an honor held by less than 1% of all practicing attorneys in the state of Texas. My opponent has no criminal experience. And not only am I board certified in criminal law, but I also have hands-on experience in family law and civil law, which are the other two types of cases that this court hears. Now, you'll hear my opponent say throughout the election that while the docket is 70% criminal, that 80% of the court's time is actually spent hearing family and civil matters, not criminal. But I urge you to fact check, because that statement is just a statement. It's not based in any fact. The facts come from the Office of Court Administration down in Austin, Texas, which breaks down the 401st Court's time spent in 2019. It breaks down hearings and trials and how cases are disposed of. And those numbers show that, in fact, overwhelmingly the time spent in the 401st is on criminal matters. In fact, back last year, not a single civil case was ever disposed of by a jury trial. And in fact, the retiring judge of the 401st, Mark Rush, has confirmed publicly several times that the majority of time spent in that court is hearing criminal matters. And that's important because I'm the only one with criminal experience. It becomes even more important now that we are in the middle of this pandemic, because as a practicing trial attorney, I can tell you, and any judge that you ask practicing in Collin County right now will tell you, that the docket that has been harmed the most has been the criminal docket, because we're unable to have jury trials, even for those people who are sitting in jail. So there's a huge backlog that has been accruing over the last several months, which means whoever wins this bench is going to have to hit the ground running January 2021. We are going to be trying criminal cases left and right, back to back, week after week after week. And if you put someone on that bench who has never even tried a speeding ticket, you run a huge risk of lives not being protected, of justice not being upheld, and of huge appellate mistakes taking place. Finally, I want to leave you with this note. As you know, my opponent cannot serve a second term. He is limited constitutionally to only sitting on this bench for 4 years. And we saw in March that the Democrats are coming, and they are coming hard for the benches in Collin County. If my opponent is elected, then he cannot serve in 4 years, which means we do not have the benefit as Republicans of having an incumbent in that seat to protect us from Democratic attack. I'm only 35 years old. I've been practicing for a decade, and I am ready to take this bench and make this my career for decades to come. I'm a proud constitutional conservative who will do everything in my power to protect the conservative hold on the judiciary in Collin County. It's for these reasons that I humbly ask for your vote, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for giving us this opportunity and platform to speak to you. Thanks, and go vote on July 14th.